Saturday, game day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. A reminder that Brock, Rock and Wine, 1 week from today. That's right, Brock, Rock and Wine at the Renaissance Hotel for the open date. It's in Baton Rouge. Tickets at brortho.com. Tell your friends. Live and silent auction items, great food and drink from the best restaurants in town, live music. Gonna be a really good time. Brock, Rock and Wine. 1 week from today. All right, it is game day. LSU Ole Miss. Ed Ogeron has never lost to Ole Miss in his time as LSU head coach. Let's see. All right. My bad, y'all. All right, let's say some good mornings. LSU never lost to Ole Miss with Ed Ogeron as head coach. Game always means more to Ed Ogeron because of how it ended at Ole Miss. And maybe one day he'll feel the same about playing LSU, wherever he lands after this. But I think LSU will be focused today. They're probably a little too shorthanded to go on the road and win. But then again, thought the same last week. You know, they might manage to overcome being a 10-point underdog at home and beat Florida. Lane Kiffin, really good play caller, obviously. There's, this whole Lane Kiffin smoke screen earlier the week about Matt Corral, would he not play? Of course he's going to play. So, anyway, LSU defense is going to have to deal with that. Let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. I'm on Eagle 98.1 game day. We started at 9:30, so I can do about 20 minutes or so here. So let's blow and go, get to all your questions, comments, all that good stuff. Jimbo Hudat, good morning. George Reitmeyer, Pat Huseman, good morning. Scott Fields, Nicholas Cantrell, who we betting on today. I'll tell you what, Nicholas, I think one of my favorite plays of the day is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is -3 or 3.5 against Clemson. I don't think Clemson can score. And Pitt, people don't watch Pitt, and if y'all were listening to AR yesterday, Phil Steele even talked about this. That last week, one of my favorite plays was Purdue against Iowa. I played them with the points, and they won the game outright. Pitt is a favorite today, but I do like Pitt against Clemson. Phil said if the names were different, that would be a 2-touchdown line. Pitt and Clemson. Jordan McNeese, morning, Matt. Give me a snippet of last night's nightcap about coaching search update. I didn't do nightcap last night, so I do nightcap on Wednesday. So Wednesday in the whiskey world is Whiskey Wednesday, so it's Wednesday when I do nightcap. But I'll do it every night. I just do it on Wednesdays. So coaching search update, not a ton to tell. I guess the thing that I haven't shared on air, really anywhere, is that Scott Woodward apparently through agent circles floated out a big contract number. To see what kind of bites that he would get. So, agents, I tell you all the time, man, agents drum up interest in their candidates. So, what agents heard that took hold and threw their candidate's hat in the ring, their coach's hat in the ring, client's hat in the ring, whatever, is interesting. That's probably one of the reasons you hear that. That's probably one of the reasons why you started hearing Mike Tomlin's name a little bit. But still got a long way to go. Alex Fontenot, deer roast in the pot, cold beer in my hand. There you go. It's a good morning, Alex. Chance Babin, good morning. Trivia Carter, Jesse Brown, Stephen Bond, good morning. Duval, what's up? How much money is the state losing by not having gambling live right now? We've been saying that for years, man. Years. Especially after the taxpayers have approved it and the state government continues to drag its feet. But what I'm told is that you should have kiosks. Some are open now. Like I saw billboard that one of the casinos, maybe like in Marksville or something like that, their sports book's open already. But I think LeBear's, the Barstool Sports Book, will be open early 2022. So anyway, so it's coming. Spurge, good morning, Matt. Tomlin. So if all you did was see the headline, here's what happened. Doug Whaley, former Bills GM and personnel executive with the Steelers, was on the Fan in New York, and we're talking about Mike Tomlin's future, and he threw out emphatically LSU or USC, then ran through all the reasons why it would make sense. Then RC came on my show and said, I don't know anything, but that would be a slam dunk home run, all that stuff. My guess is, look, in Doug Whaley, he even said in that comment from the Fan in New York, he even made a little bit of a comment like, if I'm his agent, I got to at least push this tour, that sort of thing. I'm telling you, so much of stuff like this is agent driven. It's agents doing their job. They got to get their person's name out there. So, and maybe the Tomlin stuff is just to put Pittsburgh's feet to the fire, to pony up more cash for him. But we'll see. Michelle Moore, good morning from Phoenix. Tigers can pull off the upset today. I don't think so, Michelle, but what do I know? Douglas Hurstel, Drew Nicholas, not a sports question. Does HUDCO do gutters? We do not do gutters. And if you need hardy board, Drew, call Relief Windows. They're the best. Windows, doors, and siding. So if you need 100%, call Relief Windows. They're the best. If we get Mike Tomlin, it'll be the first sign to drop everything into buying Gamecoin. Why? Tim Gotro, Chance Babbitt, seems like RC's wanting to coach. Chance, I'll tell you, I think RC would coach. I just don't think especially with Jordan, his son, playing at Arizona State, and him doing TV, like he travels so much now with TV. Like the coaching with recruiting and and all that stuff, it's just, he's got a great gig right now, and he gets to see his son play football all the time. So I don't think it's something, like it's probably something he'd want to do, but for personal reasons, I don't know why I'd want to do it right now. Drake Dishler, good morning. Mario Rossetti, Tanner, Cody, Anderson. If it's back and forth and close, I might be like T-Bob, chain smoking cigars. He was chain smoking cigarillos at Don Juan Cigar Bar, by the way. Peter Rodri, good morning. TK Brown, Thevanka De Silva, good morning. Game night for me. It's 1 a.m. Oh my God. God bless you, dude. That's dedication, man. Andrew Brister, even mentioning Tomlin to LSU as a joke, as a radio station, you need to stop that mess. Andrew, I'm telling you, man, I'll repeat it again. Things like that are agent driven. That doesn't just get made up and suggested. Someone planted that with Doug Whaley. Okay, I'm telling you, like, I've been doing this job for 18 years now. I've seen so many coaching searches in so many different sports. It's how it works, man. It's how it works. Names never get mentioned just because. But also remember, only one person can get the job. So there is so much jockeying that goes on among the powers that be, the decision makers, that to ultimately land the plane with one of the candidates. Nobody just threw out Mike Tomlin's name because. I'm telling you that. Like, when Doug Whaley goes on the Fan in New York and says that, somebody put that in his ear. Someone with the Steelers, someone with, my guess is Tomlin's agent, somebody put that in his, maybe Tomlin himself, somebody put that in his ear. I'm telling you. It's not like me going, I really think Nick Saban's going to end up as LSU's agent. Let's go bring Jimmy Johnson out of retirement. That's what I heard. I mean, that's different. And remember, man, Mike Tomlin, last year with Ben in Pittsburgh, very likely. Maybe you don't want to start over with a new quarterback. Craig Duga, good morning. Kyle Gallo, you're going to be on YouTube for Eagle. Yes, so Eagle 98.1 game day, 9:30 to 12:30. It's me and T-Bob. Jeremy Hill is on vacation. So me and T-Bob today. And we'll be on 9:30 to 12:30. You can listen on Eagle 98.1 or watch on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Christopher Smith, good morning. Michael Wells, good morning. Patrick Cason, morning, Matt. I have to thank you for making me look like an insider with the exclusive information you provide. You got it, man. Josh Delahouse, isn't that what we all watched, right? Josh Delahouse head to the box for fall ball. Good for you, man. Beautiful day to do it. Christopher Smith, good morning. Jason Aguilar, Corral's out. Great news. Corral's not out. Matt Corral's going to play, man. What? Like, that was a smoke screen from Lane Kiffin earlier this week. Matt Corral is going to play in this game. John Webb, good morning. Blaine Smith, good morning, Matt. I believe LSU has to get a great offensive coach as head coach. I disagree, Blaine. Look, Dave Aranda's a defensive head coach, and Baylor ain't having no trouble scoring. I just don't. Saban's a defensive head coach. Bama don't have no trouble scoring. I just think you get good. You get a good offensive coach. You take the handcuffs off and you recruit great players. They'll be fine. Let's see. Patrick Cason, Christopher Smith. Let's see, Matt. I have a feeling Ed will do something to get himself kicked off the team before the end of the season. I do not believe that, Patrick. He's got 17 million reasons to play nice for 6 weeks, and he will. Blaine Smith, what's the number they'd be willing to give a new head coach? Depends who the new head coach is. But when you look, I'll tell you, here's the point I made on AFR, Blaine. If you're willing to pay $17 million for your head coach to go away, another $9.5 million for the staff, you're already at $26 million. If you're going to be that pot committed to getting someone new, you're not going to go bargain shopping for the new coach. You are going to make sure you do whatever you need to commit the resources to land whoever the guy is that you want. Eric Byrne, think Ole Miss will have 10-mile-an-hour signs on campus like they do at Archie's 18. I don't think so. I think they're stuck with 18. Blaine Smith, who's out for today's game against Ole Miss. Same people that were out last week. Chasen Hines is out also, Deion Smith, and then all the guys that are done for the year. Jimbo, 80 million, 15 years. I'll tell you this, Michael Wells, if Jimbo was coming for 15 years, it'd take a lot more than 80 million. If you do the math there, that's about $5.5 million a year. So he ain't gonna take a pay cut. Jack Davis, does LSU keep it closer or do they win outright? I think Ole Miss wins, man. But then again, I've been wrong all year. So let's hope I'm wrong again today. But I haven't seen anything to make me move off the thing that I said all summer. Patrick Rivers Bloom, Tomlin would be a slam dunk. His recruiting speeches would write themselves with his history in the league, for sure. And I will remind y'all that Mike Tomlin was in college football before he jumped to the NFL. So it's not like he has no college experience. I would love it, by the way. I don't know how realistic it is, but I would love it. Jeremy Brinkmeyer, good morning. Tara Shelton, good morning. Missed what Napier said. What did he say? So I did ask him point blank about the LSU job, and he didn't give the outright denial. Just said it's really an honor just to be considered and my name in there. And he even mentioned he brought up I've had other opportunities in the past. He's turned down Auburn, Mississippi State, South Carolina, and I don't think anybody knows this, but he turned down Baylor as well. So he's had opportunities. He's just waiting for the right one. He can kind of pick his spot. But I think he would, I know he would like the LSU job. I don't know if he's going to get it. Charlie Gale, Tommy Howard. Scone's getting a lot of T-Bob action this week. True. Danny Braywick, an entire day of T-Bob. You might need more than one whiskey. You're probably right, Danny. Hey, Kelly Gross. Craig Duga. Scone and T didn't push to iTunes Thursday. Huh? I would say, Craig, if iTunes didn't work, I saw it on iTunes. If it didn't work, go to Spotify. Dan Stowers, Eric Cantrell, good morning. Josh Jambon, good morning. Jack Davis, did they plan Eli Knight for the LSU game to possibly see Ole Miss win because he couldn't beat LSU? Noted. He did beat LSU, though. That's the thing, in 2001. I said this on air earlier this week, but it's this this huge contrast of Eli's time at Ole Miss. His coming out party was against LSU in Tiger Stadium in 2001 when he rallied Ole Miss in the fourth quarter to beat LSU. That hung LSU its third SEC loss. And I remember leaving Tiger Stadium that night so damn bummed because we really felt like that cost LSU a shot at getting to Atlanta. And ultimately, Alabama as an underdog beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl, which gave Auburn its second loss. So it set up a de facto SEC West Championship game the next week in Tiger Stadium in December when LSU beat Auburn. And then LSU and Auburn each had 3 losses, and then, of course, LSU won the tiebreaker. So, yeah, man. Amen. So Eli had a great moment. Again, one of his greatest moments. His coming out party against LSU as a sophomore in 01. But then worst moment had to be the LSU game in 03 on that 4th down where Chad Lavallee threw the center right in Eli's lap and he fell down. Love you and Hill, but you and T-Bob are great. Reminds me of Chris Farley and David Spade. Honestly, Robert, like that is the whole that's the angle that we're going for. I mean, that's the whole vibe. So, Brian Robert, what happened to weekly Mike D segments on AFR? Unfortunately, Mike D took a full-time radio job, which conflicts with him coming on AFR. Josh Jambon, why do you hate on O so much? Josh, if you listened to 2019, I gave him a lot of praise. I think you're honest with your audience. When things are good, you say they're good. When things are bad, you say they're bad. And there's an awful lot of bad with Ed Ogeron, which is why they're paying him $17 million to go away less than 2 years after winning a national championship. See, a lot of y'all think that it's just contrived hate. It's all the things that you're hearing right now are all things that I've known and have formulated opinions for the last 2 years, last 6 years. Chris Doming, I don't know if I could take 6 weeks of coaching search. Dylan Landry, good morning. I mean, you can't take 6 weeks. Kerry Hughes, the more I listen to him in Napier, the more I like him. I'll tell you what, Kerry, there are a lot of people in the coaching profession who rave about Billy Napier. And there is a reason why he's been offered Auburn, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and Baylor. That's 4 Power 5 head coaching jobs, 3 in the SEC that he's turned down. Unbelievable. Are we still paying less, or is that done? Less is done. And I'll remind you, Andrew, and I know you didn't mean it this way, but I'll remind you because you said, are we still paying less? It ain't your money. That's all private donor money. That's not TAF dollars. That's all private donor money that step up to fund the buyout. Michael Kleber, Troy Russo. I'm in love with the Mike Tomlin idea. Me too. God, it would be amazing. And it would fall in line with Scott Woodward making a splash. You know, with misdirection. When everybody's looking left, he's going right. Kyle Aycock, good morning. Could Kiffin become the LSU coach, rehire Ogeron? Absolutely not. Get fired, and Ed becomes the interim in 2025-26. No, that's not good. Dan Stowers, Coach O, was originally a temporary fix who had one Cinderella season that extended his stay. Jeffrey Mashburn, I think it will be someone nobody's talking about right now. That doesn't typically happen, Jeffrey. It could. It certainly could. But you generally don't, for a job like this with the amount of money they're willing to commit, you generally don't have dark horse candidates. Craig Duga, is it me or does Napier sound like an elderly man? You know what he sounds like? He sounds like Nick Saban. Like, listen to Billy Napier and just close your eyes and think Nick Saban. Tomlin will be a monster in Baton Rouge. It'll be incredible. Chris Fullerton, hire Larry Fedora. Is the Ole Miss quarterback hurt? No. What's wrong with the Pelicans? They're not good. Let me get Zion back. Jeremy Causey, learning from you, last year you said Derek Mason went on the radio because he wanted and lobbying for LSU DC job. Using that logic, Napier trying to campaign by coming on your radio show. Currently, he is the front runner now. Aha. Aha. Of course, that's what he's doing. Of course, that's why he came on my show. 100%. And I don't care. I don't care. Like, it's not my hire to make, but is it good content to have a head coach on the air to be able to ask him point blank if he wants the LSU job? Heck yeah, it is. And you know what I'm going to do in a little while? I'm going to clip that and I'm going to post it on every social media platform. And it's going to get a ton of run. And he's happy that his name is being mentioned. His agent is happy about it. The ULL people probably aren't happy about it, but I don't blame them. But absolutely, that's what that was. And I'm like, okay, I'll put you on air. Julie Michelle McKee, good morning. Mark Dubé. What is Jay Colada? What is Jay Colada? Like, is this like Jeopardy? Ryan Dixon thinking Scone may be Tomlin's agent. I'm not Tomlin's agent, Ryan, but I'm just telling you. Like, who was that just mentioned the thing about Napier? Coming on air to live, nailed it. Whoever that guy gets a gold star because he nailed it. That is why Billy Napier came on my show. 100% why. And that's fine with me. I'll talk about his team. We'll talk about the game that they played against Arkansas State a little bit, but I'm going to get in the question about coaching search. Of course I am. Ben Dupuy, morning from Prague. Thanks for the honest content as always. With the offensive proving, you see chance the new coach retains Pete's as OC. No shot at all. Like, I would say 0 chance that Jake Pete's is retained. All right, back to YouTube. By the way, Brock Rock and Wine is a week from today. BROrtho.com for tickets, BROrtho.com. Oh, by the way.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone, Ontario.
All you need is HUDCO.
Call HUDCO Roofing.
364
1007.
All right. I love the jingle. So catchy. Let's see. Normal guy, good morning. Cajunomics, Christian Cameron, Chris Peterson, LSU. My understanding is Chris Peterson is content to stay retired. I guess everyone has their price, though. Eric Wilderwater, morning Scone. Sorry if I missed it, playing any games today. I'm going to look at the full slate. I'll tell you my favorite play of the day today is Pitt laying the 3.5 against Clemson. Damon Hinderberger, morning Matt. Was it Lane's idea to wear the sissy blue today? Would not put it past him. Kenneth Martin, good morning. If it's Tomlin, do you think he can make the transition to college and recruiting? Yes. Lil Height, prediction, Ole Miss 42-28. 42-31. Give me a call, Cade York field goal. Drew Nicholas, not being talked about much, but Damone Clark's having a great season. I would like to say, Drew, that this week on AFR and on the Locked On LSU podcast and on the Chuck Oliver show yesterday as a guest and on Scone and T and on every other platform I've been, I have mentioned Damone Clark is leading the nation in tackles. Damone Clark is leading the nation in tackles, and that he has thrust himself up into being a top 100 NFL draft pick. I have said that. Tim Coach, I'm glad you stuck with your Ole Miss pick because I feel like that's given us the best chance for the upset. Chance Babin, if you hire an NFL coach, are they prohibited from coaching until after the season ends? Yeah, you'd have to wait until after the NFL season. So you'd be talking about January. You'd blow through the December signing day. Is it worth it? That's a big question to ask. Brad David, what's up, Brad? If LSU was such a good job, how did the previous AD not find anyone better than the D-line coach? Because the previous AD was the worst athletic director in the history of major college sports. Ryan Pike, you mentioned the incentives for the LSU job. What are the reasons someone like Franklin wouldn't take the job? Good question, Ryan. I think he would take the job. If it's offered, I think he would take it. Father John David Mathern, morning, Scone. Saturday's slate of games is not very exciting. It is a weekday. Hopefully watching my Tigers, though. Yes, sir. Robert LeBlanc. Can't wait for whiskey and wine. Star Hill Stunners. If Clemson suffers another loss, Dabo's name might resurface. I don't think so. He's locked in and locked up there, and there's no reason for him to leave. If you want to make that call, fine, but I just can't see that happening. Wrap in batches. Good morning. Like the two that I would say, Saban, Dabo, like you just need to move on. Kirby, I would probably throw in that mix as well. Those are probably three I would say. There's just no chance. Anybody else, I would say, go do your best because you could pull them. Which LSU team shows up? The one that is sick of losing and wants to play loose, or the one with the cloud over their heads and wants no business being physical? I think it depends how it goes early. Christian Cameron, what about Chris Peterson, Brian Jones? What's going on with Trey Bradford? Still ineligible. Brant Webb. Hey, Matt, what are you eating and drinking for the game? Brant, like, honestly, I know this sucks so much, but, like, game days are work days for me. Like, I'm doing this. I'm about to sign off. I'm going up to Guarantee. We start Eagle 98.1 game day in 1 hour at 9:30. I'll work from 9:30 to 12:30. I'll get home. I'll probably just eat, I don't know, lunch here, just chicken breast or whatever, and vegetables, something good. And then I'll watch the first half of the game while taking notes. Go to Don Juan. I'll watch the second half of the game while I chart the game and take notes all for the postgame. Then as soon as the game ends, we do whiskey and wine. And so then that'll end around probably 7. Oh, wait, it's a CBS game, so it'll probably end around 8:30. And then I'll come home. And then I'll probably have, I'll have a whiskey or something like that, and watch some night football. Eat some dinner. Does Miles Brennan get another year? He's got 2 more years, as a matter of fact. Logan Elrod, Gamecoin. I'm surprised that's the first Gamecoin reference we've had this morning. Y'all, so I had a Gamecoin board meeting yesterday morning at 9 to 10. At 10 o'clock, I had someone waiting at Guaranteed for me to help them buy Gamecoin. Did that. Drove to go meet a client. On the way, I was on the phone with a former LSU football player helping him buy Gamecoin. Had lunch at Phil's Oyster Bar where I was talking to Anthony Piazza, and a man walked by who had money in crypto.com but needed to figure out how to buy Gamecoin. I said, I can help you. Sit right here. Well, apparently his wife had the phone. So I said, I'll tell you what, when my show ends, I'll come back here at 6:15, meet me and I'll help. So I went back to Phil's. On the way to Phil's after AFR, I was on the phone with a noted physician in town helping him buy Gamecoin. Got to Phil's, helped this old man and his wife buy their Gamecoin, then sat at the bar at Phil's and helped another former LSU player buy Gamecoin. And I've got 2 phone calls today to help people buy Gamecoin. I'm telling you, bro, radio is my full-time job. HUDCO is a full-time job. Gamecoin is a full-time job right now. And I'm not getting paid at all by Gamecoin to do it. Like, I want to be very transparent about that. Like, Gamecoin has paid me nothing, and they've given me nothing. I have not been given anything from Gamecoin. I want to be 100% transparent. What I have in Gamecoin is my money that I have invested into Gamecoin. But because I've invested, I have a great vested interest in having it succeed, like everybody does. So, of course, if people want to invest, I'll help them, invest. Roy Holyfield, Rebs fan here. I just hit that button, hotty toddy. Thank you for watching, Roy. I do appreciate it. Smash the 137 watching on YouTube, only 50 likes. Let's get that up. Smash the like button. If you're on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the like button. Let's get that up. 122 on Facebook. Thanks to y'all. Travis Roy, buying Gamecoin in small batches when we say the boat leaves. Dude. Brian Lill, thank you for responding to my email so quickly about HUDCO. Dude, I tell y'all all the time, I am more than happy to facilitate. If you can, and just to be real with you, if you call the HUDCO number, we're so overwhelmed right now, it's very hard to get through on the phone. Email me directly, and I will facilitate. Matt at HUDCOroofing.com. All right, I got to get going, y'all. Sorry. I know there's more questions I didn't get to, but we need to revisit the girl who loved Ole Miss with her life. I remember that Carla Cat. Oh my God. Oh, I had her on AFR too. All right, y'all. I got to get going. I'm so sorry. So sorry that I didn't get to all of your comments and everything. But please smash the like button there on YouTube. Remember, Eagle 98.1 Game Day, me and T-Bob on Eagle 98.1 or on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. So if you're on YouTube, search Watch 104.5 ESPN, subscribe to the channel. We'll be on at 9:30, so in less than an hour. I got to get going to get downtown. Okay, y'all have an awesome day. Go Tigers. We'll see you for Eagle Game Day coming up here shortly. Peace.